for good.
The future of all that is depends on you.
We stand once more on the cusp of divinity. But this cup, so long thirsty, all my life has been a lead-up to this. To be the King of Kings, God of Gods. I will not say it was in vain, but I will say it was vanity. If I were to chance upon my throne right now, I would sit down beside it. I'd think of Sadher, my great love. I'd think of my children, their joyous dance through, and of course I'd think of you, of the adventures we... Yes, I'd sit there, thoroughly contented, and wait for you to ascend the throne.
He smiles and stretches his arm, inviting you to lead the way.
After you, my lord.
Listen, this is it. Again. And I want you to know I'm not putting up a fight, not against you. I've had my vengeance. My life and my liberty. And then, when we made love, all of me awoke. All I want now is for this to end. To be by your side when we wage the final battle. And long, long after. I know you won't. Now kiss me.
You kiss each other passionately, ready to face the darkest dark.
This is it. I can hardly believe it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt in awe.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here, Chief. You need to ascend. There's no one I would trust with this responsibility but you. I know you'll do what, and I know you'll do it with style.
Her eyes flash and sparkle with tears. She quickly wipes...
Back at you, Chief. Always. Now go on. Shoo. You've got business to attend to.
You think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done. You think of the Magisters and the sorcerers they hunted. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. You think of what you could do with such power. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind. It's time to choose your fate. And the fate... Shall you be divine? After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aeteran lies in front of you. Divinity is your or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate. What shall you do with divinity?
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped and adored. Humans, lizards, elves and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new Godwoken will rise.
Well, well, look what the cat dragged.
He smiles at you fondly as he takes you by the hand.
You've done us proud. You saved the world, didn't you? No, we were all of us instrumental, but I'm glad it was you. home, if you don't mind. After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys. There may be an accident, or I do so long to see my palace again. The forbidden to sit all day in perfumed shade. Watch that above all, I long to be with Sad. Oh, but before... Remember how when we first met, I took you by the jaw to inspect your teeth? Not something one forgets. Now, if you recall, as per your own testimony, you can... At the time, of course, I couldn't have foreseen the adventure ahead, but what say you? Well, only the best for the Red Prince. Surely you must realize that.
Melody stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've set an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent. Don't I know it? Let's hope it pays off.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me. But I believe that can relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know, around and about. And when the time comes, Your Holiness.
I've never been fond of what the Divine stands for, but I must say, it's rather exciting to reform my ways. How adorable.
her eyes flick down to your mouth. She smiles coyly. Her mouth meets yours and devours you with predatory abandon.
Something to remember me by, darling. Who knows? A nice cottage someplace, but a girl needs some fun.
Oh my, you! Look who...
She curtsies low and looks up at you.
So, what's your first order of business? End world hunger? Instigate world peace? Send all spiders back to hell where they belong? I don't know if anyone's free of anything. But I'm bloody thrilled to be here now. Just me, myself, and you, of course. Big job. I'd offer to help, but I've got some business of my own to attend to. Get loot, play loot, get glad. So, Chief, I guess this is it, right?
Her face softens.
You know, I won't forget you either. Not ever. You'll ace it, I'm sure.
As she turns from you, the whites of her eyes darken. The veins in her face. Suddenly, it's gone again. She winks, and you're...
See you around.
There you are. I was hoping you'd come find us again.
She gives you a long, assessing look, but makes no immediate comment. She paces around you like a cat, looking you...
Well, you certainly look the same. Don't you feel it? Maybe you should give it a bit of time. I imagine it takes almighty...
She looks around at the blue sky.
Whatever I like, my life is...
She puts a hand lightly on your shoulder.
We have shared times both good and bad. I have no doubt you will do good by our realm.
Amazing I'm still here. That we're still here. Well, that relationship always... You're so much like him. My instincts tell me to kneel to the new divine. I've done so before, after all. But...
Gareth is still. For a moment his mind wanders to memories of friends and...
No. In my unquestioned devotion, Lucian led me as time. Time has a way of changing someone. Lucian...
Gareth's mind wanders once more. He is...
I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow, and so I find out. My goal is to...
suppose it's time for me to explore a new...
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally to those that carry swords. I am at the ready. Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered. I feel better than new.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it... And with a start, you realize where you must go next. War raged. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new divine alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the god king. The empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom fought for the divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And on the integrity of the elven Godwoken who did not ascend. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Changed by his experience with the Godwoken, Mordus proved a useful tool in the fight against the Void. The Alliance quickly learned to keep him away from ordinary soldiers for the sake of morale. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven Alliance with the new Divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void. But she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahela's most trusted warrior. Sabine wandered the world. She became a household name, famed the realm over as a traveling hero, celebrated wherever she went. Enjoying life to the fullest, she was truly and finally free. The Red Prince returned home a hero, and soon became emperor. He used the war on the Void to expand the empire. His house remained true to its name. There was never a day without war. Lohse returned to her music and enjoyed a storied career as the Divine's premier musician. Dark moods would still overtake her, and she would spend long hours walking in the wilds. She always returned with a new song. And then there was you. You, Ifan Ben Mesd, the Silver Claw, the redeemed divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.